Hey guys, Trainer Laz here with J&G Fitness. So we're over here at Whole Foods, and I'm gonna try to be as discreet as possible because usually they don't want you recording in the store. So they'll either come up and ask you to stop recording or they'll kick you out. So I'm trying to be in a very secluded area. I'm in the chips aisle, but we're gonna cover a little something on protein spiking, okay? So the first thing you need to know about protein spiking is that it's also under nitrogen spiking and amino spiking. And what it is essentially is when a company fails to disclose the exact amount of protein that the item has. In fact, it's usually a lot less than what they're stating on the label. So that's the problem.
What?
The secondary issue is, how do you know as the consumer how much protein the product is gonna have? Unless you actually independently test it in a lab, which really no one's gonna do. So my advice, when you're at the store, okay, and you're looking at the product, go to Google, enter the name of the company, followed by lawsuit. If that company is listed in that lawsuit, which more than likely it is, because there's actually a myriad of companies now that are under a great deal of scrutiny and are facing lawsuits, huge lawsuits. We're talking class action lawsuits, okay? If the company's on that list, that's obviously a red flag. Put it back and run the opposite direction. So I'm gonna try to keep this video short, sweet, but yet informative. I'm gonna do part one here, and when I get back home, I'll do part two, where I'll cover more informative information that you need to know. So guys, don't go anywhere. Okay guys, I am back home now, back to the protein spiking. So really it's simple, guys, and this goes for any product. If the product has a ton of unnecessary ingredients, 50, 60, 70 ingredients, because there are products out there with just an excessive amount of garbage in it, you need to realize that the item should contain only a few essential ingredients. Less is better, folks. That's all you need to remember. Less is better. And educate yourself on ingredients, you know, what to look for, you know, what to avoid. There is a massive lawsuit going on with a myriad of companies that specialize in athletic or muscle enhancement products. And that could be anything from whey protein, BCAAs, creatine, pre-workout. And this is for an entirely different video, but there is something called vitamin and mineral filler scam. And that scam has been going on now for a number of years, probably as long as the protein spiking. Those two things you really need to know. That's gonna be another video in which I'll cover in detail. It's not just one or two or three companies. There's a lot of companies under fire. Aside from that, I'd like to share something very special with you, and that is, you know, this company here, Garden of Life, actually provided solid products. They were a small company and they exude nothing but integrity, okay, to say the least. And unfortunately, they were bought out by Nestle. Nestle is a big company, right? Very much like Pepsi company. These companies, what they like doing is buying out smaller companies and turning the original product into, in so many words, absolute garbage, junk. That's what happened with Gatorade. I'm not gonna go into a long-winded tirade here about Gatorade, but if any of you folks are in your late 30s, 40s, early 50s, you'll remember when Gatorade was made by the Gatorade company, which was founded in Florida by the University of Florida Gators. They're the ones who were the original founders of that product. And I remember as a teen drinking it, and it was a phenomenal sports drink, folks. For any of you guys who are probably younger tuning into the video, you're gonna be like, wow, shit, you know, I never knew that. You know, why did my dad never tell me that? Yeah, it was the bomb. It was great. It only had 14 grams of sugar, very few ingredients. Sodium wasn't even that high. It was in a glass bottle. And I remember they came out with the original lemonade and then the orange. And that's all they had, I believe, if I recall correctly. And if I'm mistaken, please enter that in the comments section if I'm wrong, if there were other flavors. I doubt it though, because the Gatorade of today, you can find in a ton of different flavors, and it's nothing but high fructose corn syrup, a bunch of added preservatives, coloring, yeah, a lot of fake junk, and it's garbage, and it's loaded with a ton of sugar compared to the original Gatorade. You know, the Gatorade of today has, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, up to 23 grams of sugar. But going back to the whey protein, I stopped buying Garden of Life. Now, I mean, quote me if I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't done my own testing on this. I mean, maybe it is still legitimate, but what strikes me as odd, and maybe this is just mostly marketing, what Nestle has done is they have not changed anything. They still use the original Garden of Life logo. The product pretty much, I believe, tastes the same. The only thing I do still buy that's Garden of Life is the omega-3s fish oil that I still buy. And the reason being is because I'm on top of it. I constantly check the reviews, blogs, things of that nature, just to make sure that the product is still on the up and up. And that's something you should get into the habit of doing with any product, anything you buy that you're drinking or eating. You should get into the habit of doing that, because it's your money, it's your body, it's your health, okay? And you shouldn't be subject to a ripoff. And that's essentially what's happening, unfortunately, with all these athletic enhancing products. They are taking you for your money. I've shared some personal insight on a whey protein that was actually legit. I mean, is it still legit? That I don't know. I don't know. So I'm very curious. I want people to chime in, include some comments in the comment section, and let me know what your thoughts are on Garden of Life. And not just the whey protein, but the probiotics, everything, you know. I mean, this was great. This protein had up to 24 grams of protein, right? And it even had probiotics. The key is, initially, as I mentioned when I was back at Whole Foods, is when you're in the aisle, wherever you might be, pull out your phone, put the name of the company in a Google search, followed by lawsuit. And if there's a lawsuit, then there's your red flag, right? There's 3 ingredients though that you should know, you should be aware of. And if you see these 3 ingredients, that's also a red flag, and that's taurine, glycine, and creatine. Those 3 products shouldn't be included in a whey protein. So that's another red flag. That's something else that will help you out. So just, you know, keep all that in mind. That's why us YouTubers provide videos such as these to inform all of you, so that, you know, your money is sacred. You know, your hard-earned money doesn't go to waste on junk, on something that you think you're getting when in actuality you're not. So my advice, you know, turn to food. You know, turn to protein, that natural occurring protein that's found in Whole Foods, meats, you know, fish, vegetables. I mean, that's it, really, guys. You know, just keep it simple. Turn to the food and don't rely so much on this. This is not going to allow you to pack on 30 or 40 pounds of muscle mass. It just doesn't quite work that way. As far as recovery, you can use food for recovery, water for recovery. You know, there's a myriad of other essential things. Banana, fruit in general, that's recovery. Not this. Don't rely on this. You don't need this. This is going to get you nowhere, and it's going to drain your freaking bank account. So that's it for today, folks. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave me a thumbs up. Make sure to leave a comment. I'm sure this is going to strike a lot of conversation, a lot of comments. Any questions you might have, please include them in the comment section. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because like I said, I'm going to work on that video on the supplement filler scam. And that's going to be a pretty hot button topic. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Train a Laz, JG Fitness.